I'm Teisha Bader with Shalom TV's News Update. The Times of Israel reports that according to Israeli sources, Israel is willing to release all Egyptian prisoners held in Israeli jails in return for Uda Tarabin, an Israeli Bedouin convicted of espionage and held in Egypt since 2000. The Times said Israel Radio in Arabic reported that an Israeli security official traveled to Egypt Monday to discuss the release of 83 Egyptian prisoners in exchange for Tarabin. Tarabin, who is a dual Egyptian-Israeli citizen, was arrested in 2000 after alleged espionage when he sneaked across the border to visit his sister and was sentenced to 15 years in prison. His family maintains he is innocent, and Israel has reportedly been quietly negotiating for his release. Mark Regev, a spokesman at Israel's Prime Minister's office, told the Times of Israel that he could not confirm the report. The World Jewish Congress reported on their website that 4 youths in Berlin attacked a rabbi and threatened to kill his 6-year-old daughter. According to the German Jewish weekly Yudish Al-Jamin, the rabbi was walking in downtown Berlin with his daughter when the youths, reportedly of Arab origin, saw him wearing a kippah. They asked if he was a Jew and then proceeded to attack him. They also insulted his religion and his mother and threatened to kill his daughter. The rabbi was admitted to the hospital with head wounds. A special unit of Berlin police has begun investigations and said the incident would be treated as a hate crime. Berlin Mayor Klaus Wowereit condemned the attack, saying Berlin is an international city in which tolerance, xenophobia, and anti-Semitism are not being tolerated. The president of the Central Council of Jews in Germany, Dieter Graumann, said he was shocked and outraged at the attack and said it must not be downplayed. European Jewish Congress President Dr. Moshe Kantor condemned the attack as well and called on religious leaders to speak with a stronger and clearer voice against violence. Kantor expressed hope that the upcoming second gathering of European Jewish and Muslim leaders next week in Paris, which welcomes 80 religious leaders from 18 European countries, would yield such a result. And turning to Israel, the recent violent beating in Jerusalem of Palestinian team Jamal Julani by Israeli Jewish youth continues to cause outrage. Anat Hoffman, executive director of the Israeli Religious Action Center, the public and legal advocacy arm of Reform Judaism in Israel, said that recent violence against Palestinians by Israeli Jewish youth is part of a much broader phenomenon in Israel. Hoffman made the comments in an op-ed piece that first ran in the JTA, saying that recent attacks like the one on Julani on August the 16th in the city's Zion Square are the result of prolonged Israeli government tolerance toward Jewish religious extremism and of the government's tacit acceptance of racist incitement toward Israel's Arab minority by certain members of Knesset and a number of extreme Orthodox rabbis. Hoffman specifically noted the chief rabbi of Tzfat, Shmuel Eliyahu, who has claimed that all Arabs have a violent nature and urges Jews not to rent or sell apartments to them. Hoffman said the words of Eliyahu and others like him are a major catalyst and spiritual motivation for young followers to take matters into their hands and commit an act of violence. Hoffman also criticized immunity given to rabbis like Eliyahu, saying, if the government of Israel is truly appalled by the attack in Zion Square, here is a suggestion: as the state has the power to fire civil servants who are racists, why not use this power immediately? Noting that the Israel Religious Action Center is monitoring racist statements by rabbis and pursuing legal and public action against them. Hoffman adds that Jews everywhere have the responsibility to respond to racist statements by Jewish extremists, saying, it is our duty as Jews to remind others and ourselves that the Torah commands us to love the stranger 36 times more than any other commandment. And in our Election 2012 report today, we turn to the Republican National Convention taking place this week in Tampa, Florida, where the Republican Party platform was released. The Republican Jewish Coalition praised the platform Tuesday. In particular, they said, the unequivocal commitment expressed in it to Israel's security, the endorsement of 2 states for Israelis and Palestinians, and the call on the Palestinian people to support its leaders who reject terror and embrace democracy. And staying with politics, Republican Senator Lindsey Graham told the JTA on Tuesday that he and Republican Senator Mike Johanns were drafting a resolution for introduction next month in the Senate, pledging military, economic, and diplomatic backing for Israel should it strike Iran. Graham said the resolution would underscore the Senate's hopes for peace and for sanctions to force Iran to make its nuclear program more transparent, adding, but in the event Israel had to take preventive action, we would have their back. Graham, who is attending the Republican National Convention in Tampa this week, said he was seeking Democratic co-sponsors. And that's Shalom TV's News Update. I'm Teisha Bader.